Valley News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Kleiman.
The Bison raised their 5th consecutive national title banner this weekend and then kicked off a much-anticipated 2016 season with an epic battle. Charleston Southern entered the Fargo Dome unafraid and proved very worthy of their top 10 ranking, but the Bison found a way. Welcome to our first show of the season, and with that, we welcome to the set head coach Chris Kleiman. And Coach, I leave this game with respect for Charleston Southern. They're a good football team.
Absolutely. Really well coached, physical football team with some really exceptional athletes.
Did you expect that coming in? They're a tough prep, aren't they? They do a lot of unconventional things.
Yeah, they really do a lot of unconventional things that challenges both offensively and defensively. I think their physical play. I think they were much more physical, and those running backs I thought were really good players, and they had some guys in the secondary.
Is this a game you can take a lot out of and use this to get better? The bye week's coming up, it's going to help, but is this a game where the guys are going to learn a lot from?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's some positives in the fact that we're able to kind of sustain ourselves and not panic and found a way to win in overtime, which we haven't had an overtime game, I understand, in the Fargo Dome before.
That's right.
But no question that we made a lot of first-game mistakes, had too many penalties, had a turnover. On defense, we lost the cup, which means that we gave them the perimeter a couple of times, and you just can't do those things against the 6th-ranked team in the country and hope to come out on top.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, let's dive into this. This was a fantastic game. It was a terrific atmosphere at Gate City Bank Field once again. We're going to dive into this first half here. I thought Charleston Southern did a great job of taking the crowd out. The crowd was electric, but they did a good job early of taking them out of the game.
They did, and they blitzed from every angle known to mankind, and that was going to be their MO. They were going to live by it and die by it.
Hey, both these teams are great on defense. Last year, both teams were great. This was a defensive struggle, wasn't it?
It really was. I think our front four did a phenomenal job getting pressure when we needed to.
Okay, their option attack on offense. We got a taste of it early on in the game here. They hit a 40-yarder early here.
Well, and that's the big thing that we watched in the film evaluation is they counted on this big play periodically when they got it, it really catapulted them, and that's a great play. They do a great job of cutting our corner down and getting a big run.
I really thought their quarterback did a good job running the option, too. Pitched it perfect.
He did a great job, and he took some shots on Saturday night.
He's a tough kid. All right, they set up a field goal, so the defense bowed their neck a little bit here, and he missed the field goal. That was a win for the defense.
It definitely was a win for the defense.
Hey, a good drive here, though. I thought the Bison were very good on 3rd down in this game, and Darius Shepard made plays in this game, didn't he?
He really did. This is a really good throw and catch by Shep and Easton. We just needed to be better on 1st down.
Yeah, exactly. That was a 3rd and 7. You're right. That was a 3rd and long. Shepard now, he can make plays in every aspect. This is a run.
Yeah, Shep's one of our more dynamic players on offense. We need to find more ways to get Shep the ball.
All right, it's 0-0 after 1. Nobody could find the end zone. That defense from Charleston Southern starts the second quarter with a corner blitz. Good play call by them.
Great play call. We thought we had a nice wheel route dialed up, and we didn't have time to throw it.
The Bison inched into field goal range. It's a 43-yarder for Cam Peterson.
Yeah, it just looks like we have a little snap and hold issue. We'll look at it on tape, but Cam's much better this year. There's no question he's much more comfortable this year.
All right, turnovers always play a big factor in every game, and Charleston Southern gets a takeaway here.
Yeah, and we talked about it. You need to be able to play a clean football game when you have a really good opponent coming in, and the penalties in that turnover, that cost us 3 points right off the bat.
The defense did a nice job again here, though, put in a tough spot. They force a 3rd and 9. Jaylaan Wimbush, his first start, he made a few nice plays.
He did, and I think he gained confidence as the game went on. He had a couple mistakes, but I think Jaylaan will grow a lot from this game.
So you forced them into a very long field goal, and their kicking situation wasn't great coming in. It's a 46-yarder.
Yeah, and he bangs it right through, and they get on the board first.
So it's 3-0 Charleston Southern. I thought right here, Easton again started to take control, managed the offense very well in the first half. He gets an 18-yard on a designed run here.
Yeah, it's a really good call. Great blocking by the Rams. We have a little seal there, and then Easton just gets tripped up, but a big gain for us.
Again, that Charleston Southern defense, they have 2 really good players, Solomon Brown and Anthony Ellis, and they get a sack here.
Yeah, they do a great job of relentlessly getting to the quarterback, and we don't hold the blocks quite long enough, and they get a big play.
Well, in the first half, I thought Nick DeLuca was playing fantastic. This is a play in space, breaks off of a block. Nice play.
Yeah, really good play by Nick, and nothing after the contact.
So you get into a 2-minute drill here. It's 3-0. This is a big moment for Easton. There's a couple of third downs. This is a 3rd and 2 right here, but a penalty cost you some field position.
Yeah, once again, we lost by 15 yards. We were inside of the 45, and all of a sudden we're back up into our territory. But this was a nice drive, something we needed right before half to get a little bit of momentum.
So here's a 3rd and 8, and Darius Shepard shows off his vertical leap.
Yeah, good spot for Easton to throw the football, and once again, Shep just is a playmaker.
So at the first half buzzer, here's a 52-yarder for Cam Peterson. This is a great moment for him.
It really is, and we really talked that 52 would be about the distance, and sure enough, it hits the crossbar, but he's kicking the ball really well.
Yeah, he didn't have 52 and 1 more inch there, did he? That
No.
was a perfect bounce, a great kick by Cam, and you go into half with a little momentum here. It's 3-3, but a little charge off of that kick at the end. Total yards, Charleston Southern didn't do a ton. Great job by the defense. There was the 1 turnover, and that's how they got their points. Before we break down the second half, on the Gate City Bank hot seat, quarterback Easton Stick. All right, Easton, as a child, who was your favorite cartoon character?
Bugs Bunny, all the Looney Tunes.
You're as fast as he is too, right?
Yeah.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning. As soon as it's dark, I'm going to bed.
Okay. What is your favorite pro team?
Green Bay Packers.
Okay, RJ's is the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
I don't get that one.
I don't know how that works, I guess. Being from Omaha, maybe you just get to pick anywhere.
There you go. Visit any place in the world, what would it be?
I'm going to say Rome.
Okay. What is the worst household chore?
Dishes. That's bad.
Yeah. What's a weird habit you can't shake?
I pick my nails. It's gross.
Okay. What impresses you most about the Bison coaching staff?
I think their enthusiasm. They're always, fired up about either football or life in general. They're just guys that are fun to be around.
Especially Coach Paulsek, right?
Exactly.
One thing people don't know about you.
I make a really good cherry pie. My grandmother's recipe, yeah.
Oh, man.
Really good.
Have you make me one of those.
We'll see.
Thanks, Easton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back, Coach. It's 3-3 at half. What was the mood like in the locker room?
Well, we had some momentum with the field goal, but we weren't doing a good enough job with the line of scrimmage on offense, and we challenged the guys, and I thought we came out in the second half and played much better offensively, and then we knew it was going to be a tight one-score game.
Let's break down this second half, get right to the highlights, and a catastrophic moment early in the halftime here on this play that we're going to show you. Nick DeLuca suffers an injury and was not available the rest of the game.
Yeah, he suffered a shoulder injury, and we'll learn more probably on Monday afternoon of the severity.
Yeah, and that really disrupted the flow of the defense because moments later, they hit a big play.
Yeah, they do a good job of stretching the option out all the way to the sideline. Once again, we talked about that perimeter game and keeping the cup, and I don't like our pursuit angles. We need to clean those up because that should never happen against our defense.
Great running backs. Boy, those guys are talented. 10-3, Charleston Southern has the lead. But again, Easton, I thought, answered the bell here. Puts together a great drive. It took just 6 plays to go 68 yards. Here's a 19-yard run.
What a great answer by the offense to be able to get that score back and kind of gain the momentum back for our team.
Yeah, because really a 3-and-out here with DeLuca's injury would have been very tough, huh?
Absolutely, and we do a good job. Now we're starting to push the pile a little bit. Big run here by King, a real physical runner, as we all know, and makes a big play.
You know, their corner, Troy McGowans, he's number 7, a fantastic football player. He has good coverage on this play, but this is a tremendous throw and catch.
Yeah, great coverage, and Easton just drops a dime and ring. Once again, if it's in the area, Shep usually comes down with it.
So it's 10-10, a tremendous answer by the Bison offense. Now back on defense, Jaylaan Allison, still a young corner, but he made some plays. He gets a takeaway.
Yeah, he does a really nice job. He'd had a penalty before, so I was really happy that Jaylaan came back and made a play and didn't get frustrated. And he needs to have those successful things happen so he can gain some confidence.
Some explosive plays were taken away by penalties. This is a great play here. This is where the sideline warning came in. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's a new rule this year. Any contact made with an official that used to be a warning, now it's just flat out a 15-yard penalty, and we'll see on video how close it was and stuff. But that's the call, and it took us back a ways.
Hey, Trey Dempsey, good job against the option.
Really good job. Now we're starting to stretch that out a little bit more on the perimeter, and defense did a nice job getting the stop.
Bruce Anderson just 7 carries, but here's an 11-yarder, shows his speed.
Yeah, and a physical run, a good hit by their corner, but physical run by Bruce.
And then you hit a big play. This is just a really good throw, hits him in stride.
Yeah, I thought we'd have this. I thought RJ could beat the other corner, and sure enough he did, and what a great throw right in stride.
Okay, we're getting late now, so the team swap punts here. It's 17-10 Bison. Now Charleston Southern has the ball. This is a 4th and 10.
Yeah, we had some miscommunication. We were in a coverage that some guys were playing one, some guys were playing another, and we can't have that happen. They did a good job of converting on our mistake.
And they do find the end zone here, right up the middle.
Yeah, good short drive. That's the thing
Yep.
we can't have. They end up having a 42-yard drive, and you know, you give a good offense a short field, they're going to capitalize.
But you had time. We're very late here. It's tied at 17. Late 52-yard field goal or go for 4th and 5.
Yeah, we thought we had really a good play dialed up, and their kid makes a 7 again, makes a great play.
Yeah.
I think Easton probably saved the day by making the tackle, but we can't have a turnover in that situation.
Under a minute. That was Troy McGowan's number 7. What a football player he is. The defense did a nice job, though, to keep them at a long field goal.
Yeah, they really did. They had about 3 plays, and I thought the defense really responded well. And so now they have a 51-yarder to win the game. The guy has plenty of leg, but
Wow.
Fortunately it was pushed a little bit to the left.
It looked good about halfway there. I was under the goalpost and looked good, but and there was plenty of leg. You lost the toss in overtime, so you have to take the ball first. First play here.
Great job by King. They bottled a bunch of things up inside, and King was savvy and smart enough to bounce it outside and outrace everybody to the pylon.
So, okay, 4th and 9 now. The game's on the line here, and Jaylaan Wimbush comes up big.
So pleased for Jaylaan Wimbush here that he goes up and knocks the ball away. They have pass interference, but he was in great position, and that's the big thing. He was in great position, and he was able to make the play.
Wow, what a game. 24-17, first overtime game in the history of the Dome. And you look at the numbers, some good things. Charleston Southern only had 263. That's well below what they normally put out. The Bison put up 424. Now, both teams had led time of possession in the nation the last 3 years, and you see Charleston Southern did a very nice job there, kept the Bison with just a 5-minute margin, and that's a category the Bison win often in games. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
They came out with a strong fight. I mean, they deserve all the credit. They came out and played a good, hard-fought game. We just found a way to, have some big runs when we needed to.
And Nick's, he flies around, makes a lot of plays, but he leads by example a lot. But like you said, it's always been next man up. So we've played with Matt. Like he said, he was playing with the ones quite a bit last week. So we got a feel for it, and I thought he did a really good job.
It was pretty much instinct. Saw the ball in there, made a play on the ball. That was really it. Other than that, it's a surreal moment to actually start and then have a great play like that to finish off the game. But it was instinct basically when the ball was in there.
We talked about the whole second half. Let's just finish this game. It wasn't a doubt in our mind that we felt that we were going to come off the field with the W, and we just told ourselves, it was a lot of momentum after King ran that in. Like you said, we're pretty jacked up, but we just had to finish it, and these guys did a really good job.
It's a great feeling, especially when we get a W with it. You never know what's gonna happen in these first games. They come out in different looks and different stuff. You never know what might happen or what might change. So it just feels good that we got that first W underneath our belt. So now we can come out and get ready for the next one.
Hey, tough call for our Nodak Mutual Insurance player of the game, but Easton Stick gets the nod for a couple of reasons, too. Easton got the job done against a very difficult defense to prepare for. When the Bison needed points, he put drives together, 258 total yards from scrimmage. Easton said after the game, there's a lot of room for improvement, though.
There's going to be a lot to, go back and watch the tape, and there's going to be a great deal to learn from. That's for sure. I think having this bye week is going to be huge to shore up some things, and it's going to be, really big for me and obviously all our guys to learn from.
That's what you want to hear as a coach right there is these guys want to get better. They know this is going to be a learning experience, and they can use this game.
Absolutely. That's what we talked about in the locker room. We have a need for improvement. You hope you get a lot of improvement from game 1 to game 2. And some of those guys that saw their first significant action hopefully will be settled down and play high-level football next week or 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, right. Now, the major story of this game is Nick DeLuca. Early third quarter goes down with an injury, and he was playing well. He had 3 tackles, a tackle for a loss, 1 pass breakup. He was playing very good. We saw that play in the first half where he came off of a block. He's an all-American level player, left the game in the third quarter with a left shoulder injury. I know it's early, but talk about the impact of not having him in there.
Well, he's a difference maker, there's no question, and we'll find out more on Monday. But, MJ hit it on the head, next man up. And Matt Plank's been in the program now. This is his 4th year, and Matt's a really good football player that would start on a lot of Missouri Valley teams. Unfortunately, he's behind one of the best players in FCS. And so if Nick's down for a little while, Matt's got to step up, and other people have to continue to raise their level of play.
Exactly. Let's break down this Charleston Southern defense a little bit. We heard about a 3-3-5 coming in, but really, when you break it down and look at these highlights here, they had a lot of guys in the box.
They did. They said we are going to blitz them, and we're going to try to take away the inside run. We're going to make it tough on Easton, maybe on some of the new offensive linemen by bringing a lot of pressure, and they did. Now, we were fortunate. We were able to get 2 really long passes against them, which really changed the momentum and got us a couple of easy touchdowns, and Easton threw the ball really well on those plays. But this is a defense that is one of the top 5 probably in FCS.
Yeah, they were number 9 in the nation last year. Let's take a look at the offensive line now. Colin Connor and Zach Johnson played the left tackle position for this game. That was obviously Joe Haig last year. What do you think of these 2 guys early? It's just one game, and you went through fall camp with them. There's some talent there.
Absolutely. Great potential for those 2 guys. I'm glad they were able to get a chance to get their feet wet in their first college game. But no, we have room for improvement there, and I know those guys that they're the future for sure in the offensive line, and we're excited about both players. Both are really strong, athletic guys that just need to get more comfortable in our system.
And Austin Cooner was not available for this game, but Tanner Volson, a nice young player who had a good fall camp as well.
Absolutely. I thought Tanner did a really nice job for his first game, and I think he'll improve over this 2-week stretch to get ready for second game. But those are valuable snaps that those young offensive linemen received.
So wrapping up this game, they were a good team, weren't they?
They were. That was the 6th-ranked team in the country, and give them credit.
Yep.
Not only that, they were really well coached. They had a great game plan against us, but I also go back and look and talk to our guys after the game. We found a way to win, and a year ago at this time, we were pretty upset. We were 0-1 and maybe didn't play that poorly. We're 1-0 and we have some room for improvement, but all wins in college football are tough. We'll take it.
Last 5 years, the Bison are 72-5 with this win, so the Bison know how to win, found a way again. Very, very impressive. Coming up, Carson Wentz was the story of the offseason. He got hurt early in preseason. We're going to check in with him and update his situation. Stay with us. Welcome back to the show. A big story this offseason has been Carson Wentz. From the draft to training camp, Carson has put NDSU in the spotlight even more than it already was. Beth Houle gives us an update on his progress as he inches toward the regular season.
As the Bison kick off their season with a win over Charleston Southern, former Bison quarterback Carson Wentz sits on the sidelines in Philadelphia. An early injury in the NFL preseason has him out of game action, but that won't keep him from improving every day.
Just being in the quarterback room with the coaches and Chase and Sam and McLeod now, there's just so much knowledge of the game that it's really exciting. There's a lot to learn every single day. Every single play, there's something new to learn and talk about.
The talent Wentz displays on the field caught Philadelphia's eye before the draft, but it's this mentality that sealed the deal.
He's way further along mentally than any other rookie that I've really dealt with in my 8 years in this league. So especially at the quarterback position, that's pretty special.
Very mature for who he is and where he's at and what he's coming into, even through the success of his college days, that he understands what's in front of him, and he understands there's a lot of work in front of him. And we as coaches have got to get him starter ready.
ESPN reporter Sal Palantonio has been covering the NFL for a long time and recognizes in Wentz something he calls very rare.
I would say Carson is definitely in the top 5 in terms of his ability to adapt right away. And this is a big change for him.
Wentz admits there are differences he has noticed in moving to the next level of football, but maintains his time in Fargo will continue to benefit him in Philly.
And that's the beautiful thing about playing at North Dakota State. It really got me prepared, and I feel much more prepared here than I did coming into NDSU out of high school.
While Wentz enters a new season with a team in the process of building a new identity, much like NDSU was when he committed to the Bison out of high school, Wentz says he expects commitment and hard work to serve him well once again. Reporting for the Bison Football Show, I'm Beth Houle.
It's got to be a proud moment for you and the coaches just to see his progression and hear him talk about the program like that.
Yeah, absolutely. He sent all the coaches a text wishing us good luck last night, and we're excited to maybe watch him play this last preseason game. But what a great story, and I know this. We had a Philadelphia Eagles scout in last week to watch some guys, and they love him. And they know they hit a home run with Carson.
Yeah, how can you not love him? Well, in this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, a transfer has come into the program this year, and he may see action. Darren Kelly went through a position switch in camp from safety to corner. He's a lot of athletic ability. His road to Fargo is interesting. He's from the East Coast, started at lower level FCS schools before joining junior college in Wahpeton.
In high school, I started my career at Morgan State University. Unfortunately, I was released from the team due to immaturity. I just wasn't ready for Division I football at the time. After that, I was getting recruited by Towson University out of high school, but I didn't get the chance to commit there. So I kept in contact with the coaches, and I let them kind of know what was going on at Morgan State, and they took me on at Towson.
So Darren went to Wahpeton. Now he's with the Bison. Position switch from safety to corner. Is he starting to grasp it a little bit?
He is, and moving forward, he'll be a guy that needs to be in our plans, and he just is continuing to make that transition from safety to corner, which isn't easy.
Right.
But I know that there's a bright future for Darren this year, and we need him to be able to step up and play for us this year.
No question. Well, coming up, Eastern Washington is coming to Fargo. The fans get their chance to get some revenge on the Eagles from 2010. They've been waiting for this one. We'll talk about it briefly. Stay with us. All right, Coach, the tough schedule continues. You get a bye week, though, and that's huge. This bye week is going to help.
Yeah, it really is. We need to go back to the basics for this week. We'll work some on Eastern Washington, and we'll work a lot on NDSU.
Let's talk about Eastern Washington a little bit. So the Bison lost there. It's the last time the Bison lost a playoff game. It was at the red turf in Cheney, and Eastern Washington, an explosive offense. They're always a good team.
Really good team. Coach Baldwin does a phenomenal job. They have arguably the best receiver in FCS in Cooper Kupp, and they want to throw the football. And I know they play Washington State that first game, and there might be 115 throws between the two teams.
It's going to be fun. Eastern Washington, a high-profile offense. Cooper Kupp, the leading candidate for the Player of the Year in the nation. We will see you after that Eastern Washington game. The Bison are 1-0. Soak it up, everybody. It's football season. We'll see you next time.